Welcome back to the Ultimate Diecast Garage, where today we're going to be unboxing and reviewing 3 more models from KAIDO HOUSE. Now, if you would like to check out any more unboxings of this brand, there will be a link to the playlist down below in the description, also alongside a link to pre-order and purchase any of the items you do see in any of the videos. But with that being said, let's jump straight into the first KAIDO HOUSE model. Now, up first, we've got this really cool, really interesting Datsun 510 wagon, which is number 114 out of the series, and you can see it comes in this really cool purple packaging with some flower design on, which does get a bit more interesting as you go along. Obviously, it looks really cool, and you can also see on the underside of the box, it has got some really beautiful flower design, which looks super cool, contrasting the actual box itself, making it look really nice on display. Now, like I say, this model is really cool and really interesting. You can see straight away, obviously, this design is absolutely beautiful and it really stands out. The Sakura cherry blossom design is really cool, and the contrast is absolutely fantastic. Now, there is a reason for that alongside the design on the box as well. Now, that is because this is called the Datsun 510 wagon Hanami. Now, Hanami in Japanese means flower viewing, or it's the Japanese traditional custom of enjoying the transient beauty amongst flowers, commonly known as the cherry blossom, or commonly referred to as the cherry blossom sakura tree, admiring how beautiful they are. Which, as you can see, that car definitely portrays how beautiful that tree and those leaves are, with how beautiful that design is on the car and on the box as well. Obviously, the model is also really well done. You can see the detail amongst the engine bay is really good with that white to contrast the purple. You can see the Grady decal nice and clear with the Nissan and twin cam on the engine bay, which you will see a bit closer up in the diorama shots. But you can just see overall that this car is really nicely presented with the colour contrast between the purple and the pink. The pink is super vibrant, and that purple is really nice and deep and got a beautiful sparkle too. The wheels obviously roll, and they've got the tyre writing on as well, and obviously it's got the KAIDO HOUSE oil stick base screwed as well, so you can wheel swap them if you do want to. Now, this model doesn't have a front plate, but it does have a rear Japanese plate, which again is really nice and crisp, nicely detailed, just like you would expect from a KAIDO HOUSE model. I'm always impressed by KAIDO HOUSE models, as all of their models are absolutely fantastic as always. But you can just see the clarity in the decals a bit more on the rear there, and also that exhaust pipe, which you do have to be a little bit delicate with, but overall KAIDO HOUSE models are also very sturdy. But let me know what you think of this model down below. Do you like the decals? Do you like the colorway? What do you think of the box and the whole meaning behind the model of the whole flower viewing and enjoying the transient beauty amongst flowers? But now let's move on to the second model, which is this Nissan GTR R34 in the KAIDO HOUSE Factory Racing V1 kit, and this one is number 118 out of the series. As you can see, coming in a nice pink box, which does match the colour of the car, with a picture of the car on the front and also the KAIDO HOUSE logo, carbon on the sides, and the same Zero logo on the inside of the box as well, also with the carbon continuing throughout. But as you can see, the model up close, this pink is quite not vibrant like the pink off the Datsun 510, but it's a really nice gloss pink, which I think is really cool on the eye and looks really nice in person. The decals, just like the 510, are really nice and crisp and super easy to read. You can see the white contrasting the pink nicely with that gloss effect. Overall, I do really like the way they've done this colour. It's not too vibrant and in your face, but at the same time it does stand out in its own way and have its own cool way with the white contrasting the pink. Let me know what you think in the comments. Do you think they should have done it nice and vibrant, or do you like the way they've done it like this? But again, you can see it's got that opening engine, this time with the RB26 engine, and again nicely detailed with the Nissan logo on the front, and also all the details again, the strut brace and the carbon fibre effect in the engine, which I just think is really cool. For the price point, KAIDO HOUSE must be some of the best value for money on the market. You can see The detail doesn't just stop with obviously the detail in the engine bay. You can see that Nismo nice and clear with the GTR logo on the front, and it has got some detail on the interior with the seats having a nice gloss pink to match the car. It's not too vibrant or in your face, again it's nice and subtle, but just looks really cool, alongside the fact it's got a nice carbon on the interior on the dashboard, again just completing the level of detail. But overall, I do think KAIDO House are a little bit bigger than your standard 164, and you can definitely see that with the R34, especially with how wide it is, as the body kit is super aggressive, as you can see. But let me know what you think of the R34 down below. Do you like it, or do you think it's a little bit too chunky for an actual diorama? But that brings us nicely onto the third and final model of the video, which is this KAIDO House Honda NSX in the KAIDO Racing V1 kit. Now, as you can see, coming in a nice orange box, obviously again matching the colour of the car, warnings and licensing all on the underneath, and as you can see it's got the KAIDO Honda VTEC on the outside of the box and also on the inside of the box as well. Again, just like the R34, continuing that carbon theme throughout the whole box as well on each of the sides. Now, when I unboxed the model, I was definitely surprised with how clear and how vibrant the actual model is. The white and the orange, again, really contrasting each other really well, just like the Datsun 510 and the Skyline as well. Very nicely done with the colours, and again, you can see the decals are really nicely placed. The wide body kit is, again, just like the R34, super aggressive, and some could argue it is a little bit too wide for, again, a diorama or anything like that. If you wanted to make it look somewhat realistic in a diorama, it might look a little bit out of place with how wide it is, but at the same time it does look super cool. It's very intricate with the detail in the tail lights and the headlights as well, which you will be able to see as it has got a little bit underneath, which you can use to flip up the headlights, just like a micro turbo. So I think that's really cool that this has got that as a feature, as well as also does have the opening rear hatch as well, which again, just continuing the theme throughout the KAIDO House world of the opening parts. It doesn't just have the opening rear hatch, it does have the pop-up headlights, as you can see, putting them into the sleepy eye position. Again, really cool that is a feature. Same with the engine bay. You can see, unfortunately, it's not too obvious on the detail on the engine, as it has got a clear cover over the top of, but nonetheless you can still see there is some nice detail underneath that up close, and in person it definitely looks very good. You can see that livery is kind of replicating that nice iconic Jägermeister livery from the DTM days, and it's done a really good job of that, as well, as I originally thought that's what it actually was before I did see the KAIDO logo on the side. But again, this model is just really good, really well done, feels very premium, and looks super realistic. Again, the wide body kit is going to be very hit or miss. It could look too aggressive for some people, or it might look completely fine for others. For me, I'm a little bit in between, as I do think in a normal diorama for a realistic setting it might look a little bit out of place, but as you can see here, it doesn't look bad at all, so it might just be circumstantial. But let me know what you think in the comments down below, and also if you have got any pictures of the NSX, make sure to send me pictures on Instagram at the Ultimate Diecast Garage, as it'll be really cool to see what pictures you guys have got. And also join the Ultimate Diecast showroom on Facebook, so that way you will have a place to showcase all of your diecast models and join our community as well. But as you can see, all three models here looking really good. Obviously super aggressive with the wide body kits, and all the colours individually standing out in their own way, with each model having their own individual features and their own individual quirks as well. But like I say, let me know what you think in the comments, and also let me know any more models you would like to see on the channel. But with that being said, thank you so much for watching.